Oh yeah.
What is that you eating?
The pineapple, bro.
Yeah,
We gonna, yeah,
chin.
we're gonna wait for a few more people to come up in here, and we're gonna start the podcast. Bucks world is in full effect right now, y'all. Um, Shout out to everybody out there, man. How y'all doing? We got my dog right here.
Oh, look at
Do you have a name?
I mean,
Trey
people can
Parker,
see
man.
it.
What's up, bruh?
People can see it.
What's going on? All right, man. So look, let's go ahead and jump into it. We lost to the Chiefs. Now, Brandon was calling me.
Well, I blew your phone up.
Well, yeah, he blew my phone up and I didn't answer. I didn't answer on purpose. I think he called me probably about at least 5 times, 4 or 5 times. And I looked at my phone and I said, man, I ain't got time for Brandon right now. I finally called him back. And the thing about Brandon, see, here's the thing about Brandon. When we lose games, Brandon is always, it doesn't matter. We can be 8-1. We can be 9-0. We can be 15-0. We can be 14-3. It doesn't matter. Brandon is going to find some type of department to act like we're not ready as a team. And that's my thing about Brandon. Every time we do podcasts, every time we talk about the Bucs, Brandon is always freaking complaining. And I'm quite frankly, I'm sick of it. I don't think it's fair because every time you complained about the Bucs, especially when we had good years, then where were you when things went right? Like for example, the year when the Bucs won the Super Bowl, the second one, I might say, you said that the Bucs weren't ready. You had all these things to say, but then all of a sudden they win a Super Bowl, and here you are, almost like a bandwagon, but you're not. So it is what it is.
You done?
I'm done.
All right. Number one, you're not gonna throw my name in the dirt like that. Number two, we ain't gonna talk about last year, 2 years ago. 2 years ago is when the Bucs won the Super Bowl, and I did say that they were actually a good team, and I had no complaints as the season ended. And I mean, the complaints I had in the beginning of the year was the same complaints last year. I mean, the defense during the Super Bowl year was, questionable. They got it right, won the Super Bowl last year. Defense this year, I if I knew. Oh, see, Trey, you should have watched because when the week 2, I wore a Jameis Winston jersey actually. Because that's what I'm trying to get to. Mr. Spoken Reasons, you are kind of full of it because you ignored the fact that to begin the season, week 1 they beat the Cowboys. I said I had no complaints. They looked like a good team. Week 2, when they beat the Saints, I said I had no complaints. But now all of a sudden, you want to act like that I've never given the Bucs.
What?
They were yes.
Yeah. You want to know why you were acting like that? You were acting like that because we didn't give up no dang on touchdown. That's
And
why. Now we gave up 40-something points. And the crazy part about it is you still blame the offense. You blame the offense when here. Look. The offense could put no points on the board for the first 2-3 games, right? Then all of a sudden, when we put some points on the board, the defense ain't give us one. And you still come for the offense. Here you all come for Byron Leftwich and all this other stuff. You are so quick to throw Byron Leftwich under the bus. That's what you quick to do. Almost like as quick as how you was trying to throw Vita Vea under the bus when we first drafted him.
And
also,
I'm getting to
how
them.
you throw Sean Murphy Button under the bus, and my dog got an interception.
I'm getting to them.
Interception.
Bruh, we called better plays in the Jaguars Little League back in the 90s than Byron Leftwich called them. Exactly. there is no excuse to why you have Tom Brady and Mike Evans, of course, was out for the Packers game. So the Packers game. So okay, we missed him. Chris Godwin was hurt. Okay, cool. But I'm sorry, like there's no reason and no excuse when you look at the Bucs offense and the talent on paper, going out and getting a Russell Gage, going out and getting a Julio Jones, going out and making sure Leonard Fournette stays. You already got Mike Evans. Chris Godwin comes back. There is no excuse with the Hall of Famer, the greatest quarterback to ever touch the football, as your QB, and you only putting up 12 points against the Packers. They came around against the Chiefs, but as we saw,
why are you talking about the Packers still?
Because I mean, we haven't talked since that Packer. We kind of missed over that week, so I wanted to bring it up.
We didn't talk about that beating too.
Yeah, no, we didn't. It was 14-12. And so when we talk about the Chiefs game, the offense put up points, but you also can't. And I'm not blaming the defense for the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs are a high-powered offense. When anytime you got a Patrick Mahomes, he is going to create.
What is some points though?
But hold on. He's going to create plays. When you look at the 41-31, you put the defense in a bind twice. The Bucs fumbled on the first play of the game, and the Chiefs were in scoring range already. So, and that you can't put your defense in that bind. Now, yes, of course, they got to tighten up, but I don't, and I hope, a month from now, 2 months from now, I hate that I've said this. I just don't think the Bucs are a good team. I don't. Whoa. When I say good team, I don't think
they're not a good team.
When I say good team, I don't think with these high hopes, they're going back to the Super Bowl. I do not see that. I don't see it. Like, it would be one thing if they were rolling at 2-2, and again, I mean, I know the O-line is hurt. Mike Evans was out. Godwin can't stay healthy. Julio Jones can't stay healthy.
You know what?
But when you add all that in, the fact that the Bucs didn't re-sign people, and speaking of Vita Vea, he's been terrible this season.
No,
we look bad without without JPP, Ndamukong Suh. Like those look like
we look bad without. Oh, now we look bad without him now.
But I'm saying, so like those.
Now you want to say that after one game we lost?
Boy, that's I'm talking about 4 games. When you look at the production from the D line and the Chiefs running, hold on, and the Chiefs, I'm talking about the Chiefs game. The Chiefs running over 200 yards on the ground. What the Bucs giving up 200 yards rushing?
The crazy part about it is Tyreek Hill wasn't even playing for them, and we got beat like that. So my point is, watching that game on Sunday, it just something is off about the team this year. And I know it's still early, but the fact that and nothing against the Falcons. But the fact that we are tied in first place in Week 5 with the Atlanta Falcons, and this game is a must-win pretty much on Sunday because Now we lose this game, it's definitely going to come off like, all right, the Bucs. The headlines would be the Bucs are in trouble.
Yeah, we'll be 2-3,
and then nobody's really going to respect us after we lose on Sunday.
So I want to hope and say like my dog JR was like, we good. It's still early. I want to hope that. I want to be like, what? It's only Week 5. We 2-2. That's good. When we won the Super Bowl, I was going crazy because we lost all them dumb games we should have won.
Come on in, Trey. Come on in, Trey.
So. You want to feel like because it's early, they got a chance, but something is just not clicking for me with the team this year. And again, like I love Byron Leftwich. I want him to be a head coach, a black head coach somewhere, but the play calling this year
you're lying.
The play calling this year has been too predictable. A run on first down. We forced him to run.
I sent it to your text. I sent the link to your text.
And that's the thing I've had for me with the problem with the Bucs offense. It just looks too predictable. And it ain't just me saying this. You go and look at every analysis from ESPN on down. Everybody has the same knack about the Bucs, is that their offense is too predictable. We're going to run on first down. We're going to try to and so it's like it's just too predictable to where people are stacking the boxes. Leonard Fournette has
And bro,
terrible numbers this year.
2 games, man. Do you understand how many games we lost when we won the first Super Bowl?
Yeah, but we talking about.
Do you understand that?
We talking about this.
Like, what, 11-4?
We're talking about this season.
And how many lose in 2020? 4, 5?
We're talking about this season.
Okay, I understand that, man. But you know,
we're talking about this season,
man. Look. You hear what JR saying. Worst case, we finish 11-6. Best case, 13.
Yeah, that 11-6 ain't good. That 11-6 is not good
for the Hey, man, it don't matter, man. We in the playoffs, man.
Hold on. Let me finish, because again, the team we play on Sunday, if the Falcons keep winning,
man, come on, bro.
The Falcons actually look, besides the fluke against the Saints, where they let the Saints come back and beat them. You watch the game on Sunday. If you watch the game on Sunday, the Falcons are not a bad team. They're rolling right now. Like they're rolling. And so I don't think that 11-6 is going, like, the 11-6 is not, it's not good. And I don't think it's going to be good enough to even, it may get in the playoffs, but if the Falcons keep winning, you're going to have 2 teams in the same division trying to get in there. And I don't know if that's going to work. And especially when you got the NFC. Now, again, we're not the only team and fans that are disappointed. The Rams, that's another story of a team with expectations and not playing well at all.
Rams always garbage anyway.
I mean, they won the Super Bowl though, you know.
I mean, that ain't count. They copied us.
And then you got the Eagles flying high in Philly. So I mean, this is definitely an NFC that is wide open. So that's why I'm just so hard on the Bucs early, because and it would also be different if every dynamic was kicking, if special teams was kicking, if offense was kicking, if defense was kicking. You can be okay, yeah, they've lost games but we were in it every time. That Packers game we should have won if we had offense. The Chiefs game, there's no way we should have got blowed out. And I was thinking this Chiefs game was going to be a nationwide. The Bucs, we're here. You had a hurricane come through Florida. You had a hurricane come through. You had a displacement. You had the whole state rallying around the Tampa Bay area. The Bucs wearing their shirts. Florida strong.
I mean, Brandon, let's talk about it.
Hold on. I'm saying you had the Bucs wearing the Florida strong. You had fans coming out. Mike Evans gets on, the interview saying, I hope we can be the excitement and entertainment for people that have gone through so much. So you had this hype building behind them, and they come out of laying eggs. So to me, that was like the disappointing part of it. And I just honestly don't think they look like a good team right now. It's me personally.
We're going to the conference. At least. Guaranteed. Put money on that.
Through the first 4 games, this does not look like an NFC Championship team.
And we play Lamar Jackson this year too.
Through the first 4 games, this does not look like an NFC Championship.
We'll be all right.
Team.
You got to
now, Trey, my dog mentioned Tom Brady. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but we talked about this because it's honestly none of my business. But I hope.
Don't tell him. I already know what you're about to say.
No, I'm about to. I hope. Any distraction, we're all human. I just hope that the Bucs are able to channel everything that is happening outside of the locker room and just use that as motivation to keep going and to win games. So, whatever Brady's going through, whatever anybody's going through, you just hope that it doesn't affect the product on the field. And I think Brady, he obviously is the greatest quarterback to ever play. So, I think he's able to put all those things aside and when you hit the field, know that's work. So, but you can't ignore the headlines. So, our job is to talk about them. But Trey, you can take that dusty stuff off.
Y'all
got some.
You must have lost count.
Hey, don't cuss, all right? Don't cuss.
Because y'all got some quarterback issues too. Your coach can't figure out who's gonna be the quarterback.
You heard
that's understandable, but let's not talk like y'all ain't got the greatest quarterback ever known to man, and y'all still struggling.
I said this. I just said I said it.
You said it, but I don't think you understand it. That's bad.
I said they don't look good. I said it.
Like y'all supposed to be the most serious team right now.
It's about the first time we agree with each other.
Hey, look, we got some things to figure.
What's going on with your team?
I mean, the proof is in the pudding, man. We got to get this quarterback situation figured out. I don't know.
You know what that is?
Who was that? AB?
That's an AB.
I mean, I'm saying, we knocked out the Bengals. I don't care how we won it, we won it. So we talking about somebody that was in the Super Bowl just no more than 3-4 months ago.
Hey man, it's gonna be the first year where Mike Tomlin not gonna meet that 500.
That's what I was about to say.
We gonna
You say that right, Brandon?
What do you think Mike Tomlin does though? I mean, I it's hard to. You had a Roethlisberger, and I don't think they were prepared for life after him.
Oh,
I'm gonna put it like this.
Damn.
Now, Spoke can attest to this. Now, before they updated the Madden ratings and all that, Spoke, no, I can put points up with my team if my defense shows up. We are a defensive team. Don't get me wrong. The offense is supposed to click on all cylinders, but we are a defensive team. If the defense is not clicking, we ain't sticking. It's just that simple. But Spoke know this. And I don't think Madden too far along from the real life. And I'm telling you now, defense got to show up. Now back in 17 again, when we had the overpowered offense, AB and Hayward Bay and Brian and Bell and you know what I'm saying, the defense still was showing up, but we had more offense to pick up the slack.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna throw a curveball into this whole thing, and we're gonna start with Brandon and see what he said. I ask people this question, and people get conflicted when I ask them this question. And I'm serious when I ask this. You got to pick one. Who is the greatest? And I'm going to say two. It's two of them. That's it. I'm only going to give two. I don't care what your list is. You guys pick between two. This is who I say the greatest is. Who's the greatest professional football player to ever play the game? Tom Brady, Deion Sanders. Pick one.
That's hard though.
You said professional?
That is hard. I mean, based off of numbers and accolades, you say Brady, but you have to look at, because so the reason why when we talk about basketball, I know it ain't football, basketball, I always say Michael Jordan, but you have to look at, so like Deion, for me, if you're talking about someone who changed the game on the field and off the field, then you would say Prime. I mean, because he got his nickname Prime. Like Deion changed the look of the NFL in the home. Like players weren't lavish like Deion before. Like they wasn't that mentality, that attitude that I'm the greatest cornerback and you ain't gonna throw towards me. Like he had that all. So if you want to talk about like changing the game, and just how the persona of the league, then Deion. But when we talk about accolades, I mean, it's definitely Tom Brady. I mean, there's no one.
Now, here's another thing too. Now, last night when I was out, if there's a third one, people threw Lawrence Taylor in there as well, and another person. Somebody put that actually on the bottom and said Lawrence Taylor. So, Lawrence Taylor, primetime or Brady?
See, again, I say Brady, but when you talk about like defense, I mean, hell, you could put a Reggie White in there. You could put. So many.
No, we're not putting him in. No, we're not.
No, but I'm saying like there's so many defensive players because Lawrence Taylor was good, but I don't think the Deion good or the Lynn Swan good. Like there's so many people.
So you saying Deion is the guy?
I mean, off of numbers, Tom Brady. But
pick one.
I said Brady. If we're talking about numbers, Tom Brady.
As far as like, so when you say professional sport, you just mean
Ray Lewis is not in the conversation. He ain't no Deion Sanders. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to get an understanding. So when you say professional, you mean
NFL.
Yes. Okay.
Who you got, Trey? Deion or Brady?
I got Deion. As far as like, don't get me wrong, Brady is my guy. But
is the greatest professional NFL player to ever play the game.
Between them two, I mean, I don't know.
Well,
overall,
see,
I would have to look at the list. Like I would have to.
It's them two. It ain't no other list.
Out of them two, Brady.
Who else you got? Who else can you name?
I mean, that's the thing. I can't think right now. There's just so many good players.
You can't even put Randy Moss over Deion Sanders. And I'm going high with that one.
I mean, you can't only because Randy doesn't have the wins like Deion, but
you can't put Jerry Rice over Deion Sanders. And
I guess because Deion was like the first of his kind.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. We're talking about changing the game, Deion, but
like there is no Michael Vick or Randy Moss and all that without Deion.
Numbers you gotta have Brady. I mean, that's.
And what Deion get his sauce from?
I thought he just made it up, then, or who he get it from?
That was all. He said
he just made. He said.
I'm saying from the interviews I done seen, he just like, man, you got to have a character about yourself, man. You got to have a, you know what I'm saying? Now, where he got it from? Are y'all saying he got it from somewhere else?
Somebody said if you pick Deion over Brady, that's crazy.
But what is he talking about though? Like that's what I'm saying. Brady is my guy, but waking up, I'm not gonna want to be like Brady. I want to be like somebody that look like me. I want to be like Deion. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't. You know, not to get into that racist stuff and all that, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I'm just talking about. I'm just saying.
On paper, yes, Brady, yeah. But
I'm
as far as waking up,
numbers, the rings, no one has more rings than Brady.
On paper, yeah, I want all that. But as far as like Mama, I like him. I want to be like Deion. You know what I'm saying? Brady got a.
What y'all think about that right there?
Deion, the greatest corner, AFC, the greatest defensive player. Oh no.
That's what I don't know. Like defense is hard. I mean, there's. I mean, Lawrence Taylor is definitely good.
Joe Green.
Now, if you taking my list out of it, who do you feel like is greater than Deion Sanders?
Defensively?
I don't care who. Who is if Deion is the greatest out of Brady that you pick, who is better than Deion if you pick your own player?
I'm Mike Vick. I'm sorry.
I mean, you got Lawrence Taylor again. You got Reggie White.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong for saying that though.
I mean, you got Reggie White. You got Deacon Jones. I mean, there's so many good defensive names when you think of, especially Reggie White. I mean, you cannot. I mean, Reggie White. I mean, he's.
I mean,
I hated the Packers.
Can we arguably say that Randall Cunningham did more than Michael Vick?
No, Michael Vick was that.
But see, you got to have this. Got to have this swag about you, man. When you out there on the field, man.
I would say Steve McNair maybe did more than Randall Cunningham, but Michael Vick was Michael Vick. Like every young boy grew up with a Michael Vick jersey. Every young boy, black boy,
I never had one.
Vick was the Jordan of football.
Correct. Yes, Michael Vick was the Jordan. Everybody wanted to be like Vick.
They had a ride. I think
I remember.
Yeah, so Michael Vick definitely changed. I wasn't even a Falcons fan. You know, I grew up a Bucs fan, but I definitely had a Vick jersey.
I didn't have a Bucs.
I got every Vick jersey. I got the Steeler. I got the Eagle. I got the Falcon. I got the Jet.
He said Ed Reed better than Deion Sanders.
No.
I don't know now.
Ed Reed. That's a good.
That's a good.
It's a good
case, man.
No.
Man, Deion wasn't laying cats out like Ed Reed was, and Deion was like a magician and a ballerina on the field. Ed Reed was like a straight savage or a soldier that could do everything Deion did, but he wasn't as witty with it.
No,
like people. Don't get me wrong, people would catch on.
Would have took your goddamn. Ed Reed would have took your head off. Like he would have took your head off. You're not worried about Deion Sanders taking your head off.
But you worried about throwing. See, you worried about Deion over there. We can't throw.
Nobody wanted to throw the Ed Reed like that. The Ed could have took it too.
Yeah, but that Ed Reed argument is just like a Ray Lewis argument.
Ed could have took it too. Nobody truly wanted to throw the Ed Reed, bro.
I mean, nobody threw to Deion, and so that Ed Reed is almost like a Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis can hit too, but I would still pick Deion over Ray Lewis.
No, but Ed Reed got a lot of pick sixes and fumbles taken back and all kind of stuff, man. Ed Reed, you look up his career touchdown highlights.
I'm pretty sure Deion influenced Ed game a little
bit. I'm sure he did.
Ed Reed got some highlight reels of going back to the end zone.
Now, I mean, I'm also looking at when Deion played in the NFL, the Cowboys, them years, the dynasty that they had, it was that defense was partly due to Deion's success and who Deion Sanders was. So that's what I'm saying. Like when we talk about players,
Ed Reed said the same thing for how they got the ring.
But I'm saying, like, when you talk about, and especially in that day of the NFL, Ed Reed kind of played in that end too, where the hard hits, you wanted the hard hits. There was no throwing the flag when you with it. Like it was literally that
pass too. Did you not see, he would have caught your pass too? Did you not see the highlight reel when Belichick said that the most interesting interception he ever seen in his life is when Ed Reed drew back, saw Peyton Manning, read that Peyton Manning was going to throw somewhere, went the opposite way, and that light that he didn't see where he was going to throw, turned around and went the other way, caught it, interception.
Yeah, but then this is
he baited him.
Yeah, but this is the point I was getting to. My dog JR said the same thing. I mean, Ed Reed was a safety. Deion was a corner. Deion pressed you.
You understand that, but I'm saying, somebody mentioned Ed Reed when it comes to when I asked y'all who else come close.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but like,
gotta be Ed Reed, bro.
But like with Deion, the wide receivers here, Deion's here, so you stopping them here versus Ed Reed way back here.
I got a better one, man. Ed Reed or Troy Polamalu?
Oh, Ed Reed, of course.
Troy Polamalu.
Ed Reed or Lawrence Taylor?
You got to go with LT on that.
Trey?
I say LT. I'm saying, like,
yeah, you gotta say
they have influence over these people that come after them. So I gotta go with the originators.
I mean, that's just like, back to our Bucs. Just talking about the Bucs. Warren Sapp, probably the greatest defensive player the Bucs have seen besides Leroy Selden.
Aaron Donald or Warren Sapp?
Oh, I give me Warren Sapp. I mean,
give me Warren Sapp, bro.
Give me Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
Warren Sapp changed that's what I'm saying. When you talk about players, you got to also talk about changing the game.
Derrick Brooks or Ray Lewis?
Oh, Ray Lewis. I love Derrick Brooks, but Ray Lewis.
Derrick Brooks or Ray Lewis?
Ray Lewis. I'm going Ray Lewis.
Yeah, I love Derrick Brooks, but Ray Lewis definitely gets that nod.
Damn.
But
damn. He said, "Dang, dog, that's crazy." All right, Jerry Rice or Randy Moss?
Ooh,
Randy Moss.
Randy Moss.
I'm saying Jerry Rice is that guy.
Yeah,
but Moss made his own look.
You
gotta go with Randy Moss, bro.
I don't know. Jerry Rice may swing, but Jerry Rice may get it simply based off of who he was. But Randy Moss also, it's easy to say Randy Moss too, because Moss definitely changed the league too. Nobody else, even to this
Randy
day,
Moss or Deion Sanders.
Even in 2020, people still say you got Moss. So it's.
Hey, to be honest, this is what I tell people, and I don't care what nobody says. I don't care. I'll say it in front of Jerry Rice's face. Randy Moss is the greatest wide receiver ever.
Facts.
I don't give a doggone. You can pick a Megatron. I don't care who you get. There is no other than greater than the Randy Moss. And until you can find somebody who's better than Randy Moss, if there's somebody better than Randy Moss, they might as well put 100 on Madden and just leave it at that. I promise you, because there's no greater than Randy Moss.
Speaking of wide receivers and Moss-esque talent, I'm about to throw you back to the Bucs real quick. So the story is Odell Beckham Jr. is visiting Tampa.
Yeah. I mean,
seeing that our other wide receiver retired after 2 games.
Yeah, why he did that?
I pick Odell up.
he said he wanted to be back with his family. But yeah, Odell Beckham. I just read the latest injury report for him is that he should be healthy after Thanksgiving. So he'll be able to come back after Thanksgiving. And I'm like, yeah, why not? I mean, if he want to.
I mean, shoot, at this point, man, we might as well get him, right?
I just don't want him to go to the Saints. I mean, because
look, man, between him, Julio, and Chris Godwin, everybody can't be hurt together, bro. Yeah, dog.
Well, we saw that last year. They was all hurt together, so that's why.
Well, look, we bring it. Look, I think maybe we need to stop hiring injury-prone players because, I mean, we all know Odell is not going to be as. I mean, I don't know. I just don't want to put it out there. So it is what it is.
Yeah, now I mean, I wouldn't be mad if Odell come back. The problem is, and I hope it's not a continuous cycle, but Chris is constantly injury prone. I don't know what Godwin. I don't know what he's doing. He's always injury prone. I think he's talking about Mike Evans.
Mike Evans to Moss?
He must not be talking. Now I understand why he said that, but it's not.
Mike Evans just broke the record, so.
I can understand why he said that though, but he ain't no Randy Moss.
Yeah, he's not a Randy Moss, but Mike Evans definitely is probably the greatest receiver in Tampa Bay. He is the greatest receiver.
He is.
Probably, you could probably argue him maybe top 25 NFL receivers ever, but I don't.
Ever. There's a lot of receivers out there now.
No, I mean, again, I'm talking about numbers. Based on numbers, you think about it. No one has done what Mike Evans has started his career 1,000 yards every year. No other receiver has, like, so I'm saying, like, when you look at numbers.
I mean, at this point, man, let's talk about it, bro. I don't want to sound crazy. Mike Evans following me, so I don't want to sound crazy.
I love Mike Evans. So I'm always ride for Mike Evans.
I love Mike Evans, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Lord knows I love Mike Evans. So y'all, please don't take offense to this.
And his numbers would have been better without Jameis back there. So I
like how you went for that. My thing is this, man. You don't think Mike Evans, right now at this point in his career, he's kind of Russell Westbrooking his stats?
Russell Westbrooking.
We talked about this. The only knack I have against Mike Evans.
Do I not have a good point though? Like
the only knack I have against Mike Evans.
And I'm only saying it because go back and look at the numbers now. One of them years he had 1,006. It was the other one like 1,100. Like, come on, man. Towards the end, it's always about Mike getting eaten. It's all about Mike. It's all about Mike, especially towards the end. So, if this is not like this. Say, he get 1,000 yards, he get 1,000 yards. Look, I love the fact that he do. That's my dog. I'm a Bucs fan. Why wouldn't I want him not to? Well, you don't think, because no other player is out here like, man, I gotta get my 1,000. Yeah, they want 1,000, of course, but when you had as many, if you had it as consistent as him, okay, now it's like, no, I gotta do this. Almost like how Russell Westbrook, when he got on the court, he felt like, well, I'm the guy for the triple double now, so shoot. I might as well keep on
taking rebounds.
Everybody give me the rebound. Everything belonged to me. So it's almost like when he got on the court, you knew to let him have the rock because you had to let him cook. And that's the same thing with Mike Evans.
Well,
do I not have a point, Trey?
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, remember we talked about it. I don't think he's Russell Westbrook. We talked about Mike Evans though.
I'm gonna be real with you. Devontae Adams. I can go because I did my research a couple weeks ago. Devontae Adams, had he not gotten hurt and all that, he'll be. It's pretty much him and Mike Evans right now, to be honest. And there's years when Devontae Adams numbers are 16, 17, or 15, and Mike had some of them years, but Devontae, he doesn't have as many yards as Evans, but the years where he produced for real and he was healthy, couldn't see him. And Mike don't be missing no games. And Devontae out here missing games and still out here. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to make a statement, but I'm trying to make one at the same time. I love Mike Evans. I do, but I think I'm the most boldest Bucs fan to say that I think that the organization is Russell Westbrooking his stats.
So where B?
So
I said with no disrespect because he's not going to.
So I think he's trying to get to, because we talked about this. I wouldn't say Russell Westbrook, but my only knack against Mike Evans is that when you need someone to take over the game, he's not there. And I think that's what JB's trying to get to. There's some games, and that's why I say he's not a most. There's some games like, dang, we need a touchdown, and you want Mike Evans to get open. And he's not, because just like my dog posted, Mike Evans is a red zone. Like in the red zone, Mike Evans is going to get his. But when you need a receiver that's going to go down the field, break a route, and break a cornerback's ankle,
the AB for.
It is what we got him for. So that's my only knack is that.
Man, let's go back and get AB, man.
No, he can stay overseas getting naked in the pool. We don't need that cancer on the team. No, we don't need it.
Trey, you see it? Trey ain't saying nothing. Trey just eating it.
Yeah, I mean, they try to paint this narrative like, oh, she was upset. She walked away fuming. I didn't see no lady upset.
Next.
Exactly. Next. Anyways, Brock, because it's 12 o'clock. But nah, y'all want to talk about Sunday? Bucs play. Let me see. The Bucs play the Falcons. JB, who you got?
Come on, man. You know who I got, man. First of all, Kyle Pitts is not going to have a great game like that. He's a great receiver. I know he's a pro Gator. I love the Gators, but he won't be having a good game against the Bucs. Levante David is going to shut that joker down. Mariota is the quarterback, right?
Yeah. Do you think Mark is going to be like, y'all should have drafted me?
Who?
Do you think Mariota going to be like to the Bucs? Y'all should have drafted me?
That, man, because he made that he could have made that statement a long time ago when he played with Tennessee with Jamin. So
he did. Remember they beat us.
We don't give a doggone about no doggone Mariota, bro. To be honest, nobody fears Mariota. His name alone is nothing to fear. Hey, man, we about to go face the Falcons and Mariota.
Then the records look all. It's still beginning of the season, so.
Look, man.
It look all good and bad right now.
Behind 24-7.
Falcons allowed to go what? 4-13.
4-7.
44-7.
24-7.
24-7. I was about to say, I don't.
I say 20. I say 28-30.
I bet about 35-7. 35-10. 35-10 to be exact. That's it. 35-10.
I'm gonna say the Bucs win. I do think the Bucs beat the Falcons because I just the Falcons look good, but I think this is the Bucs realizing they gotta flip the switch, and I think this game they flip the switch. Both offense and defense comes out and shows out. I think I'm gonna say 31-10.
Well, you know Trey, he don't give a doggone. He ain't no Bucs fan. So
I'm gonna say Trey, you're.
I say 28-31 Falcons.
What?
I think y'all got a game on y'all hand.
He might not be lying though.
Nah, I don't.
He might be on to something though, for real.
Nah.
He might.
So Troy, y'all got a bye week, huh? Oh no, y'all play the Bills. The Bills.
Oh, they finna get they behind each other.
Yeah.
Y'all go. Look, this is what I'm saying. When I play Madden, I take Trubisky out. I don't even risk. I have never agreed with their decision to go get him.
Hey, tell everybody how I whooped your behind the last game.
Yeah, that was what your first win out of 5?
Don't make nothing.
And you won by what, a touchdown?
Don't make things up.
Look, so Smoke, no. That's why I say.
I beat Trey, bro, on the last game.
If the defense again.
Is it not true? Is it not true?
Yeah, you won the last game after 5 straight losses. So
I beat him though.
The point is,
I got your number now.
Again, it's mad in real life. I've beaten the Bills with my Steelers. Blew them out. Now, I may have been a player behind the sticks. I don't know. I didn't had a game where I didn't beat them by a field goal, same instant. But I'm just saying, the play calling is ridiculous. I don't know what we be having going on. But when I see a success on offense, I'm usually scrambling with Pickett, waiting on something to get open, or it might be a deep ball and it's up to the receiver to go and make the catch. That's all I'm saying. The first interception with Claypool, That was totally on him. You drop it and just. So the receivers, I'm just saying, the receivers got to make their plays. The quarterback is only going to be as good as his receivers. Like, I can put it out there for you, but you got to go and get it. You got to make a play.
Yeah. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna say 31-17. And the Falcons, I saw the comment they can run the ball, but I don't think the running game is gonna beat the Bucs because Cordell Patterson is on IR, so he will not.
Is that a number 84?
Yeah, he hybrid wide receiver running back.
Oh, yeah, we about to beat mess out of him.
He is not playing, so he's on IR right now. So I don't. That's a big piece of their offense.
That's like the Deebo Samuels of the league.
Yeah, he's my running back for fantasy, and Claypool is also on my fantasy team and not been getting me no points.
Hey, what I just said, they got to make their plays. Now they go complain. I ain't been getting the ball much. Somebody throwing it to you, dropping it. You.
Oh, that's Rip. That's Rip. Real Mr. Rip. What up, Rip? Back up, ran for 100 last week, I believe. Hey, before we get up out of here, I got one thing to say. I gotta say this one last thing before we get up out of here. I want everybody to hear what I'm about to say. I think Lamar Jackson is doing. If I was Lamar Jackson before the season started, I wouldn't have played. Of course, he would have had every right to sit out and get his money. I think it's for $250, right? And it's $250. For $250.
I don't know the exact.
You know, right? Okay. How much did Deshaun get? $230, $220, $240. Right?
Somewhere in there. Yeah.
And that man ain't seen a lick of a championship.
Now, here's the thing. Deshaun ain't played in about 2 years, right? And you got Lamar Jackson, basically the best quarterback in the league. Nobody's better than Lamar Jackson right now. I mean, if you want to say Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady.
Josh Allen is MVP right now this year.
Right. But he's no Lamar Jackson. Okay. Lamar Jackson consistently putting up damn near more numbers than the average running back in the league, number one starter. And
Mike Vick 2.0.
And on top of that, he's the actual quarterback, and he don't mind letting go the rock and really showing you that he can be a quarterback for real, which makes him a big threat. So I feel like what's happening is this: the Ravens better hope. Well, it's almost like they better hope not. They better hope that they don't go Super Bowl and win, because if they do, or they have a winning season where he take them to the playoffs or high in the playoffs, Lamar's stock is going to push 300 mil, maybe 350. He could possibly go to 4 if they get him a ring. So Lamar has a chance to. I'm gonna say this: the more they win, the higher his stock is going, and I think that's why he stayed out there, and why he's staying out there right now. You know, he wants to be a team player and be like, look, I'm not gonna leave my boys hanging, but at the same time, it's gonna cost y'all for me being out here because y'all know y'all should be paying me.
And why are they not paying?
Because they just want to just drag their feet. You know, as far as you know, they just want to drag their feet. I mean, if you can get a player to honor his contract right now, you know, and you can hold off as long as you want to hold off business-wise, you're gonna hold off as long as you can until you can't no more. They're not at a place right now where they can, you know, where they have an ultimatum was like, dang, if we do this, Lamar's not going to be here. Lamar's still on that field producing. He's still showing up to the organization every week. So they're not fearing his exit, but they have to fear it real soon towards the end of the season. And I say this, I'm gonna make a bold prediction. It's obvious that they say he might go to Miami, which I can see happening if they don't want to do or they want to play around. But I think I can also see Lamar Jackson with the Bucs after Tom Brady.
Now that's a real conversation too. Do y'all feel like, you know, these organizations, they play on these players, like, especially like most black folks, y'all know how it go. Like, we loyal to a certain core as far like, you know, we can use Buckswear for example. Y'all my boys, but say a production coming. Oh well, we're only gonna give B this amount of money, and hopefully he's gonna show up. Like, or we're gonna get Flock of this, and like, nah, like I'm gonna still show up because y'all my boys. Like, I ain't just gonna, you know. But I'm saying, do y'all feel like sometimes these organizations they play on it, knowing like he a team player. We ain't got to worry about him. You know what I'm saying?
Of course they do. And what the old boy said in the comments, that's true too. He's representing himself. He doesn't have an agent in the middle of this deal.
So he know his numbers.
He's doing it himself, and that's something different too. That they're not. He got his own. He got his own thing drafted out of what he wants, and they like, oh, you want to do it like that? And I don't know, Brandon, what you think? He doing it. He doing it in a way. I think Joe Flacco was the last one to do it too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it may be a part into, but I wouldn't look too much into. I mean, teams operate like this now. They're literally waiting and hoping at the last minute. And Lamar has been hurt before, so I mean, their teams play this dusty little game, and I think Lamar is smart. He know his worth, he know his value, to get his money. So I wouldn't look too much into it. I don't think he leaves Baltimore. I think Baltimore knows after you have a Joe Flacco. I mean, you go from Trent Dilfer to Joe Flacco, and then Lamar. I mean, I think
boy, that's a heck of a transition.
I think although Joe Flacco, took them to some very,
he got him a ring.
Yeah, so I think they want to keep him there. So I mean, I wouldn't really look into it. Now it's going to be up to Lamar if he says, you know what, I'm going to Tampa, or I'm going, which I don't think he's going to Miami unless Tua, prayers up for him. If Tua never touches he never touches the field again, that may be a place for him to go, but I don't see him leaving Baltimore.
You can see him retiring over there?
At least another contract in Baltimore, yeah.
Trey? That's it?
Retiring as a Raven?
No,
I wouldn't say retire, but at least I see him extending his contract in Baltimore.
Oh, yeah, he loves Baltimore.
Are they going to pay him? Yes or no?
Yeah.
They got to pay him.
Or are they gonna pay him, or is he leaving?
They're gonna pay him.
I said, yeah, they got
it. Lamar Jackson right now, would you stop playing in the middle of the season? What if he just stopped and said, I ain't showing up?
Because your ethic is better than that. He's not gonna do that. No, he already has the label as a black quarterback. The label of a black quarterback is
they on it.
So it's
he don't want to do that. He don't want to play that game.
No.
All right.
I can't. I mean, even beside the paycheck, I can't leave my boys. It's like it's about the money, but it ain't about the money.
Oh,
like I said, now I have a conversation like, hey, now spoke B. Hey, now these producers, y'all. This is y'all last season, not me. I mean no harm, y'all my guys, but I'm going after this.
But Trey, it is about the money, especially if you Lamar. If you Lamar, you've been hurt already. You want to win a ring. It is about the money.
Yeah, I'm just saying for like folks saying would he quit in the middle of the season?
Oh yeah, not in the middle of the season.
Yeah, it had to be some real I had to get something like third eye or something. They like, nah.
If he did in the middle of the season, you don't think they'll pay him? They'll pay him. If he did,
look, put it like this: let him not pay him, and we're gonna see what happens.
Well, yeah, I mean that's honestly. As a Bucs fan, I hope they don't pay him so he leave and then he come to Tampa because this needs to be Tom Brady last year.
Man, look, I drop my stock. I throw about 4 interceptions on purpose. Oh man, it's the sun in my eye. I ain't seen him. I'm throwing a pick every game.
This need to be Brady's last year, so I hope Brady will retire.
Here you go.
So we can get Lamar.
Yeah,
because we're not going to start them guys that we got, man. We need Lamar Jackson to play for the Bucs, and the door wide open for our boy. We could have had Deshaun Jackson. That's another story. But we got a chance to get – no, I said Deshaun Jackson.
You mean Watson, but we don't want him.
We had Deshaun Jackson on our team at one point, but Deshaun Watson –
yeah, and Jameis ran him out of town.
So
actually, he came here for Jameis, which was the funny part.
Hey, Deshaun Jackson got a ring. Deshaun Jackson got a ring, though.
I know.
He got a ring. You know that Trey, right? He got a ring.
The ring.
Remember, he got signed like late.
He complained. He left. He talked junk about him, and he went to the Raiders, lost over there, and they won that year. And and that's why Odell came in.
Because Deshaun, he not on no team right now.
No.
He done. But
he done.
No, he done. But that's why Odell was on the team because Deshaun wasn't there. So that's what it is.
Tough.
Yeah, y'all. He said, I feel like Ravens
Ravens
respect this man for all he's done for the team. Leaving would be his best bet.
No different than how we did.
Are they respecting him though?
It's not, but it's no different how the Bucs did Chris Godwin. They franchise tagged him.
They did Bear the same way.
Yeah.
If we win, Beasley gets a ring since he retired. Yeah, he get one.
But yeah, it's like the Bucs. I mean, the Bucs did the same thing to Chris Godwin, and they franchise tagged him. Like, hey, we're gonna franchise tag him.
And I think they happy that they are franchise tagging his behind.
He got hurt again. Yeah.
But every time Bell got hurt with us, it was against the Bengals, and it was the same way. It was a dirty play.
Well,
hyperextended knee, and the second time I think it was it ACL or whatever, like when his knee bent back. But like I said again, dirty tackle.
Well, Chris Godwin, it was his hip. You seen it? Like he went for that block, he held on to his hip, and I really think that he was more hurt than what we think. I think that he was like, dang, this is the third time, bro. I gotta get up, and that's why he went back to the game. He went back to the game, right? I think he's more hurt than what we think. So, but yeah, y'all, we about to roll on now, man. You know, we got everybody up in here, man. We got our dog Trey up in the building. We got B Ham on TV in the building. This don't pertain to Trey. So, you know, if you want to listen, Trey, or you want to cut your camera off, you can join along and sing along if you want to. But I think you know how the ritual go.
Yeah, I got my own song, so I ain't tripping.
Offense rough, our defense tough. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Ain't no other team stopping us. Go Bucs, go Bucs. In the Raymond James, we do our thing every time we score them cannon bang. If you want to see again, go Bucs, go Bucs.
YB ain't singing. I'll tell you about these part-time.
Hey, the song. Hold on. What
I
you
don't
doing?
think.
Hold on. Don't mess up. Our offense rough, our defense tough. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Ain't no other team stopping us. Go Bucs, go Bucs. After still in Raymond James, we do our thing every time we score them cannon bang. If you want to see again, go Bucs, go Bucs. I'm a Tampa Bay fan and I'm gonna stay with them. Yeah, you cut me off. I had to go back.
So YB ain't singing along.
I let him do all that. I'm the hype man in the background.
But yeah, that's what it is, y'all. We're about to roll out, man. Bucs World in the building. Trey came with Dusty Steelers, but it's okay though. It is what it is. But shout out to everybody out here, man. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next week. We be trying to do this on Wednesday, but you know, Brandon be out here tripping. You know, Brandon be, I don't know, this man don't miss. He just, I don't know what he been on lately, but we'll get to it later, y'all.
All right. JB, we're waiting for you to end it.
Yeah, I was reading that last comment. All right, y'all. We had